Hey guys, so Happy New Year, first of all. Second of all, I don't really do this much. I'm not really used to talking to the camera and just, I don't know, just weird. That's something I hope to get better at this new year. A few new things. 4K, new camera, great quality. Look how beautiful I look. Maybe not as pretty as Goku right there. I'm watching Dragon Ball Super episode 26. I'm so sad the art's not that good. But hopefully it'll get better. They just have some kind of bad animators, I guess, in that studio. But that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is conventions, something I've talked a lot about before. But I want to talk about conventions back then and now, and what has happened, really. So I've been going to cons for the past 16 years, and I've gotten to see all the different wonderful changes, bad and good, in the con community. Let's talk about the obvious thing. First off, back in like the early 2000s, there were not that many conventions. Now it seems like everyone has a convention, everyone can hold a convention. You could literally go to a different convention every weekend for the entire year. And I know some people that go and travel and do that and just go to cons all the time. I mean, that's kind of ridiculous, but I never thought that would kind of happen. Back then, I just waited. I went to one con once a year, and it was exciting. It was always exciting to wait for that convention every year. And then you have it, then it ends, and then the excitement would build. But now, because there's so many conventions just in general, it's like you don't have that anticipation anymore, especially if you've been going for a really long time. When there's a new con that opens up and you're like, oh, okay, I'll check it out. And it's like every other convention nowadays. So it's good that there's more cons now because a lot more people have exposure to anime and that culture and all of this. But it's also bad because the veterans have nothing new, you know? Like, I don't have nothing new to experience because it's all the same. Just like copycats of copycats of copycats. They just, like, some conventions are trying to implement new things, which is cool. I don't know how creative you could really get in the con scene anymore. But that's one of the big differences, is just the mass amount of conventions that there are. Another thing that has changed throughout the years. Back then, I remember people being less whiny and being less drama-ridden. It seems now, especially in the cosplay community, in the convention scene, that people just whine a lot, people just complain a lot, people just, like, talk shit about everyone else, and it's just... Why? Like, cons are supposed to be there for fun, but it's like a popularity contest among cosplayers now, and it just wasn't like that back then. If you had a cool costume, if you had a good cosplay back in like 2004, it was great. You were cool looking, you were great, and everyone just kind of got along. I'm not saying that there wasn't drama, but there just wasn't as much as there is now. There's cosplay elitists, there's people that just like rant and complain about cosplayers. It's just a mess now. I mean, I guess the fact that there's so much more people now in the con community, there's a lot more cosplayers competing against each other, and thus, you have your own different little cliques and groups, and they all argue and talk shit about other people and complain, and some people get Facebook famous or Instagram famous, but who cares? Cons are there for fun. Like, so what? You still, have to go and work at, McDonald's or something after you're done with your convention because you're 13. Another thing that's really changed is the party scene, I suppose. I think it's getting more and more hardcore. More noise complaints, more people doing stupid things, more alcohol poisoning, and that, of course, is because there's more cons to go to, and there's more reasons to go out in the weekend and, get shit-faced and have fun. Even if you don't like anime, people are going to anime conventions just for the parties. If you're responsible, cool, you could do that, but it kind of just takes away from the whole con, like the purpose of a convention. And to me, I've always thought the purpose of a convention is just to get together with friends and other people with the same interests to just enjoy the weekend without thinking about anything else but anime and cosplay and that whole culture. There's a lot of people that try to turn conventions into like a lifestyle for them, which I think is really awkward. Like I go to a lot of conventions, and it's not. I wouldn't say it's a lifestyle for me, because after the con, I go home, I go to work, I pay my rent, I do my stuff, and that I don't. I'm not thinking about really the next con. I don't really care. I enjoy going to them and I enjoy filming at them and covering them, but it's just like another. It's another fun thing. The thing I enjoy most about going to conventions now is seeing my friends, and because I see people that I wouldn't see otherwise. Because a lot of con friends, they don't really hang out outside of cons, which is strange, but that's the reality of things. Nowadays it seems like everyone's a photographer. Like everyone. You're a photographer. You're 13 and a photographer probably, or a videographer. Everyone thinks they could buy a glide cam and then just make cosplay videos. That's something that's been very popular, I suppose, and that's changed because I never saw that back in the day. Back in the day, people didn't make really cosplay videos or did a lot of cosplay photography, but now there's just specific cosplay photographers and they do cosplay videography and all that. I guess the reason for the rise of cosplay photographers is, I think, the fact that anyone now with about like $500 plus can get like a decent camera, and you don't really have to know a lot about photography to shoot decent photos, or like decent photos. Okay, I mean, like the good cosplay photographers know about photography, not cosplay photography. Pretty much now anyone will buy a DSLR and try to be a cosplay photographer or videographer. I mean, I guess it's cool, it's fun, it's good that there's a lot of people passionate about trying to do these kind of things. But I think it's important to, if you want to be a cosplay photographer, you want to be a cosplay videographer, don't learn about cosplay videography or cosplay photography. Learn about photography and videography. Actually take time and do that, then you'll be better. But yeah, there's so many out there now, it's kind of ridiculous. I don't know, Goku, tell me, what do you think? Yeah, Goku doesn't know. He's kind of being beat up by Golden Frieza now. That's a thing, right? Cons back in the day were a bit different. Maybe I'm just here being nostalgic, but I think they were more about friendship and more about just getting together and having a good time. As now they're more about popularity, how many clicks and likes you could get on your Facebooks and Twitters and Instagrams and stuff. The con world has grown so exponentially. I think it's growing faster than it should. It's good that people are getting into this now, and it's becoming more. It's not there yet, but it's getting closer to becoming more mainstream. I think people are just their egos are getting too big, and they're making it not fun for everyone else or everyone that's been there before. If you're a first-time con goer, would I say it's a good time for conventions? Overall, I would say yes, because for the people that are first coming into the con scene, they are coming into it fresh and naive and full of light and fun, and it's exciting for them, and I'm great. But the people that have been going to cons for a really long time, it's been kind of a downward spiral, because you get to see all the bullshit that goes around in that community and everything like that. So if you're fresh, stay fresh and don't let everyone else's ego get to you. Just have fun and be cool, be you. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. If cons have changed, if cons have gotten better or worse in your opinion. overall, I think they can still be good if you go into cons with no agenda and no ego, but they could be bad also if you're an elite, egotistical sociopath, which you're not because you're 13. All right, I'll see you guys later.